Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Two things to explain to you today, and that being the first thing is the engineer for the fridge in the Caravan. Now we've got a slight problem that he didn't turn up Friday, and he did explain why. He had a very large job on Friday and couldn't get away to do our Caravan. By the time he'd started the job that he had, it escalated into a larger job. So consequently, mine got put on the back burner. Now, I'm not too upset about that, and I'll explain to you why. Our car, our Ssanyong Korando, went for its MOT on the Friday, the day that the engineer was coming. So it went for its MOT. It passed on everything, and I mean everything, apart from one thing, and this is the killer. Now I am driving it, and it sounds fine, and there don't seem to be anything wrong with it. I've still got until the following Friday to get it sorted. Now, there was one thing that actually sort of broke the camel's back, if you like, and that was the prop shaft. Now, on this particular make of Ssanyong Korando, I don't know if it's on all the Ssanyong Korandos, but it certainly is on this one. You have the prop shaft, which is obviously the main drive of the gearbox to the back wheels. Now, in between in the centre of the prop shaft, there is a bracket that holds a big bearing. Now, within that bearing, there is flexible rubber parts and whatever other stuff. I've not seen it. I'm just going by, excuse me, I've just got to look at the road. I'm going by exactly what the mechanic has told me. So that has failed, and it's failing miserably. Now this car, like I said, is a 2014, so I don't know whether that part should have failed so quickly. I really don't know. But anyway, we've phoned around all the different motor factors. We phoned different bearing companies that can, normally fix the problem that we've got, and absolutely come up zilch. No one could do anything with this. The thing is that the bearing is pressed into the actual drive shaft, or prop shaft, I should say, and you have. I'll put a picture up actually, because it'll make easier for it to explain. But the bearing has like this cross section, like a CV joint. I think that's what it's called. And each one of them goes into a different part on the prop, and they're crimped at either end. So you have to have a special tooling to get that apart, and then there's no warranty to say that it will actually work. So the easiest way, that part is £146. Now, the easiest way to actually solve the problem that I've got is to buy a new prop shaft, and that's in Holland, and that's going to take 3 weeks. So here's the really big killer. To buy that part is £1,000. £1,000. So I've taken the decision with Sarah that this car, it doesn't matter what you try and buy for it, from about when they changed the model of the car, and I mean the bodywork, and went to their own engine and stuff like that, because they used to have Mercedes engines in them years ago. So when they changed everything and basically started making everything themselves, to get any part for these cars, and this is where I didn't do my research properly, and I really do need to kick myself for it. When I bought this car, I thought, brilliant, Ssanyong Korando, it's Korean, it's got a bulletproof engine, everything's going to be good with it. Warranties, there's a massive warranty for the engine, and some of these engines, not in the 2014, but the earlier ones, have gone on to do 250, nearly 300,000 miles, some of them. So we decided that this would be the best tow car to go for our Caravan. From day one, I've never liked this car. I think it's an ugly car. I just really do. That's just my opinion. I just think it's a very ugly car. But it does the job. That's all we wanted it for, was to do the job, to pull the Caravan as safely as possible, and it did, and it still would. But unfortunately, that little bearing is gone, or is going, so that needs to be replaced. So what we've decided to do, we spoke about it last night, is that we're going to get the part. We're going to bite the bullet. We've got to. We've got no choice. We're going to have to buy it. That takes 3 weeks. So this car, effectively, as from yesterday, has got 7 days left on the road. Even though the actual MOT officially hasn't run out. It's still got 3 weeks to go. But because there's now an advisory on it, that advisory now takes precedent over the 3 weeks that's left remaining on the old MOT. So what we decided to do, like I said, we're going to get the part, we're going to get it fitted, and then we're going to sell it. Not because there's anything else wrong with it. It's the fact that it's just hard to buy parts for this car. You cannot buy a service kit. You can't go to a Motor Factors and get a service kit. You have to go to the main dealers. Now, if you go to the main dealers and buy the service kit kit itself is pretty cheap. I think it's less than £100. Might be just over, might be just under, I can't really remember. But anyway, so to buy the service kit is less than £100, give or take. If you ask Ssanyong Korando to actually do the service for you, interim service, I think it's about 180, 200 quid. If you get a full service done, it's skyrocketing up to 350 quid and more. The only thing that's actually cheap on these cars are the light bulbs, because obviously they're universal. But other than that, the car really is, you know, a massive paperweight for me, or a white elephant, as some people would say. So, like I said, we're going to sell it. So, what do I do in the meantime? Well, like Sarah said, we've got a second car. Now, we've got Sarah's car, but that won't pull the Caravan. So, we're supposed to be going away at the end of this month for my birthday. So we've had to cancel that because we've got no car. Like I said, the MOT would have covered it. The old MOT would have covered it. But because it went for an MOT a month before, it's basically cancelled out the last part of that MOT. So we've got no car really to pull the Caravan. So yesterday, I went and saw a company. In fact, ironically, it was a Ssanyong dealership. I went down and then saw them, and explained to them about the car. That I was going to repair it. I was going to get it done. And I already know what this car's worth. If this car has got an MOT, nothing wrong with it. This car, as it stands, and it's got precisely 48,857 miles on the clock. And it's a 2014, so it's not done a great deal of mileage for a diesel 2 litre. So I explained everything that was going wrong with it, and that, we was going to put it right, but would they take it in Part X? Now, they said yes, they would. Okay, so I had a look around the lot, and there was a couple of cars that I liked. They weren't Ssanyong. Like I say, they're a dealership, so they've got other cars there. Now I've looked around, and there was a car that I particularly liked. It had a tow bar and everything, a detachable tow bar. And I went in and saw them, and I said, look, I'm interested in this. Part X, my Ssanyong, will do the work that he's doing to it. But obviously, until that's done, can we put a deposit on that car? And then when we get the part for this car, we can then obviously do the bits and pieces, pay for it and everything. So they said, yeah, that's great, no problem, blah, blah, blah. And then the big kicker was the price that they gave me for the Ssanyong. Now, knowing what I know the price of this car is worth when it's all up together. Sorry, I'm looking at a roundabout. So, knowing what the price was for this car. Now, I know that when this car is I know that when this car is all up and running, singing and dancing, this car is worth £5,000, give or take a couple of £100. Now, I'm not one to have my pants pulled down about cars or anything really. I like to get my money's worth, and I expect them to make money, and I know damn well that if they buy it at the price that they was offering me, that they would double their money. So they offered me basically £2,000 for the car. So I said, is that with or without the prop shaft done? So they said, no, that's with the prop shaft done. So basically I'm going to be losing £3,000 on what I know the price of this car's worth, but £1,000 as well on the price of the prop shaft and labour to fit it. I forgot about that actually. So then, okay, fine, yeah, okay, we'll leave that because like I said, it's cheek really. I could use stronger words, but I won't. Anyway, so I went and saw a company literally about a quarter of a mile up the road from them, and I've dealt with them before. And we actually dealt with them when Sarah was looking for a Citroen C3. Unfortunately, they didn't have the car that Sarah wanted, and they were really honest and and gave us a heads up on everything about Sarah's car and what we should be looking for. But unfortunately, they just couldn't help us. So we went to someone else. But I've gone back to them for what I need now. So we looked, or I actually, Sarah wasn't with me, I looked at a car last night, and that was a Kia Sorento. Now I've had the old shape Kia Sorento, and I'll put a picture up here of the one that I used to have, but I've gone for the newer shape. Now the newer shape is a 2 litre all-wheel drive diesel auto. Now it says 47 miles to the gallon, but that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. But obviously with the Caravan on the back, that then comes down to a lot less. Now I expect that the same as the Korando. Around town or long journeys, you get a lot more mileage, but obviously with the Caravan on the back, you do lose the fuel consumption. And I actually watched Caravan Chit Chat's video the other day on his Ford Ranger, and I'd like one of them, but I can't afford that. And I noticed with his average fuel mileage, I think he was getting 38 something miles to the gallon, and then it dropped down to, I think it was 28. So he was losing 9 miles to the gallon with the Caravan on the back. I think it was something like that. So you expect it, you do expect it. So anyway, the long and the short of it is this Kia Sorento. It's 2016. It's got just over 37,000 miles on the clock. It's had, on the logbook, it says no previous owners. So whoever bought it from brand new, and then obviously, has now decided to sell it. So it's got full service Kia history, and in fact it's been serviced just at a Kia specialist just up the road from us. They're actually a Kia dealer. So I'm actually on my way to do 2 things today, and that is our fridge freezer has now decided to give up the ghost as well. But give it its due, it's done nearly 23 years. So we have a separate fridge and a separate freezer. They both sit side by side, and I think they're about 22 years old actually. I always sort of gauge it on my eldest daughter's age, because that was roughly when we bought them, and they've now just started to deteriorate. And I mean, for Becco, I mean, do you know what? Hats off to them. They made a brilliant fridge freezer. Anyway, we're a Caravan channel, so we don't need to be talking about freezers. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. At the moment, I'm just pulling into Curry's PC World. We're going to go and have a look at the freezers, and then we're going to go and see about this Kia. Now, I'm hoping I can do a bit of filming, if they let me. If I can't, then I will end this video here, and then I'll put the outro at the end of it. So give me a little while, and hopefully I'll come back to you. But if I don't, I'll put an outro at the end of this. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Right, we've we've done our little bits and pieces we needed to do today. Right, so update is that the Ssanyong Korando is definitely going. That is without a shadow of a doubt. We're going to get the part for it. We're going to get it fitted, and then I'm going to sell the car. The car we're going to buy to replace it is a Ssanyong, it's a Kia Sorento. Yes, I'm sure it's the Sorento. I'll put a picture up here to show you what we're buying. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a tow bar. I tried to negotiate a tow bar out of it, but yeah, they're not having that. So I've got to get a tow bar fitted. So the upshot is that at the moment we won't be going away anywhere. We were supposed to go away in July, end of July for my birthday, like I said earlier on, but that now is not going to happen. So we will get the tow bar fitted. We'll get the car, get the tow bar fitted, and then we are going away the end of August, and that is to Wareham Forest Touring Park. We've been there before. I think the last time we actually went there was in 2003. So it's going to be, we're going back there. It's not part of the Caravan and Motorhome group, Motorhome club sites. It's privately owned. So we're going to go back there. The only reason why we're going there is we couldn't get into Black Knoll, which is mine and Sarah's favourite campsite. We love it there. So yeah, we're going there in August, and then we're also booked to have our Christmas at Black Knoll, and that will be brilliant. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so that's basically it. So that is the update on the channel. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really tell you about. Oh, we've bought a few bits and pieces, and I'm going to save that. One being the awning, which we've purchased. As you can remember, hopefully you remember, in one of our last videos, and I'll put a link to that video up here. We were contemplating on which awning or summer awning. You know, these ones, it's just like it's an awning that comes away from the Caravan. It has 3 poles at the front. Anyway, so that's what we've purchased. So I'm going to leave that for the moment. I'll show you more about that when we actually get it out of the box. What else have we bought? I think that's really about it. Some of the other stuff I've already shown you. But anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll wrap it up because I am driving now, so I need to keep my eye on the road. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up if you thought it was interesting or informative. Actually, I must just say before I finish this, we've had an influx of subscribers over this last few months, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the subscribers that have been with me from day one. I really do appreciate you. And all the new subscribers, I appreciate you as well. You know, please share my content if you can. I appreciate that as well. But anyway, like I say, like, share, subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up if you're interested, and we will see you in the next one.